Series. Bergara barrels for guaranteed accuracy. Nitride for guaranteed rust proofing. And a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CBA, it's just a better gun.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's time to go over and do this week's Pictures of the Week. This week's Pictures of the Week are being brought to you by our friends over at Flowers Deer Processing. You guys can find them at 4550 Eatons Creek Road in Nashville, Tennessee. Get down there. They're wide open now all the way for the rest of the season. Let them take care of all your processing needs and put you on some of the best snack sticks you've ever eaten. All right, nice fish here to start off tonight. This is Beth Jones. This is a 20.87 pound catfish she caught this past week out of Old Hickory Lake.
That's a good one.
Very, very nice fish, Beth, and we appreciate you sharing that with us. Get out there and stay after them. Old Hickory's produced some nice catfish this year.
That's a nice fish.
And some good numbers, too. Paul Neighbors will tell you that. All right, this is my buddy Devin Faircloth, and this year he's already gotten two with his bow. Got a brand new bow from Tracer Taylor down at Taylor's Archery earlier this year, and now he's gotten his best buck yet with a bow. So congratulations on that one, Devin. That is a nice deer,
nice
buddy.
buck right there.
All right, this is a neat one here. Now, Jason Hale sent us this picture, and this is his youngest daughter, Audrey. And she got this earlier this year in the early goose season. This was her first ever goose. And if you'll notice there, it's also banded.
It is.
So there are people that waterfowl hunt for their whole life hoping for a banded bird. And Miss Audrey got one on her first one. So congratulations on that. And then here on the end, got another nice Tennessee deer. This is Tim Smith with a nice buck he got while hunting this past season, and said this was a very sentimental deer to him, and we congratulate him on that. We appreciate you sharing that with us, Tim. Y'all can send your pictures to us here, 474 James Robertson Parkway, or get them to me at the email there on the screen or on Facebook, either one, and we'll share them here on the show just as soon as we can. All right, welcome back to the studio. Now, we've been talking about, going to New Mexico and looking at this footage. We're waiting right now, to be honest, guys. I'm kind of waiting on it to be able to get loaded. We're having a couple of difficulties, so we're going to talk our way through this till we can get it going. And they're going to let me know as soon as it's ready, so we'll get it pumping hopefully here in just a few minutes. But while we're going, let's keep going. But let's talk for just a minute, Roger, about deer hunting here on the home front for just a few minutes. Now, you've been getting some nice buck pictures.
I have, and the funny thing is where that big 6 point is, I was actually thinking about getting rid of that place. And the only reason why I kept it was because of the turkeys. And I'm so glad I didn't, because I did not have a picture of a deer of a buck till September. And they just showed up, and they're staying in there.
There's not many things better than a big old 6 point.
And he is it'll be the biggest 6 point I've ever killed. Yeah. And so I've seen one. If I harvest him, I'll know, but I'm gonna say it's probably the biggest one I've ever seen. Yeah. He's a big one.
That's cool, man, when you get those big old bucks like that. I'm not a score guy. People know that I don't care anything about score, but are we ready?
I've killed some big deer, but I like, if it tickles me, I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way, guys. I mean, I'm looking for an older deer. I don't care about his antlers. If I want meat, I can get does because I'm in Unadale. Now, most counties all the way across the state now have pretty good doe opportunities, but Unadale, you got as much freezer packing as you want to do. You can do it, can't you?
You can do it.
Well, tell me about the pronghorn as far as eating. Tell me about that. How do they eat? Y'all already got to eat some of it, so.
We cooked it, fried it like you would
like a deer steak
and
or something.
It was good. It's a little different, but it's like anything else you eat. I've eaten deer meat where it'd make somebody not ever want to eat it again. Yeah. And then I've ate it where they wouldn't eat a steak again. Yeah, right. I mean, it's just depends on how you prepare it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot of people over the years talk about how nasty deer meat is. And what it is, you just know they've gotten some that's not been prepared correctly. Right. And it's as important from the field to the processor as it is from the processor to the table. And a lot of people don't know that either. But that makes a big difference. And then how you cook it makes all the difference in the world too.
It depends on the cook. I love Olive Garden. Me and my wife love that. And I've been to one and wouldn't go back to that one. And go to one on the other side of town. It's the best thing you ate. I mean, it just depends on how you prepare it.
It does. Now, in one of the clips that I hope we get to in it is just a little bit, but Mountain Man talks about seeing a couple of bucks that were not legal. So tell me about that. What made it illegal?
I didn't go down there with them on that one. I kind of hung back, and out there the females, some of them will have some horns, and I'm not sure if that's what he's seen. Probably so.
I got you. Okay, I didn't know if there was a height limit or whatever.
I didn't see a female with small horns, but every buck that I seen, it wasn't. We did not see one that we did not go after.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it was neat. I mean, it really was. Now,
did Dominic talk anything about the age of these animals? I mean, just the age structure on them?
Never did. When we only had 2 days to hunt. So from daylight till dark, I mean, we was looking. And, I mean, we would ride for 15 minutes and walk for 45, whether we harvest one or not. Because, I mean, it's hard.
You're average seeing an animal 1,000 yards away, and you're trying to get within really 300, but you're within 400 yards.
Right.
So on every one you move on, you're talking a 600 to 800 yard walk every time.
Every time.
And a lot of the hunts, and we're not even going to be able to share it all because there's just too much footage from it, but for the few that y'all are going to see they get up on and get a shot at, there was twice that many that y'all made it 500-600 yards, and then off they went.
I would say it's 4 times that many, because I mean, it's, I was, when I harvest mine, that was my 4th or 5th stalk, and one of them, I bet you we walked a mile, and they took off running, and they had 2 coyotes out there making them circle, and the coyotes spotted us, and the coyotes took off, and Dominic ran back to the truck and left me and Brian out there, and he drove around going to try to push them back to us, and they came, but they was, 800 yards away, and I just wasn't going.
No,
I wasn't even going to attempt it.
That's a little bit of a push there.
It was a little bit of a push.
But 300 or 400 yards is what you can expect. You're not really going to shoot much closer than that, from what I can tell.
If you go out there, you need to shoot 400 to 500 yards, practice it, and get ready.
Yeah. Something else too, and that you alluded to, but Tim as well. You better be in shape.
You better be in shape.
He noted, hey, I wish I'd have done this when I was younger, the first time.
Right.
Because, again, you're talking 4, 5, 6 times a day, you're going to walk 600, 700, 800 yards at a time. So all day long, it's fairly flat ground, it looked like to me, kind of rolling. But that is a lot of walking.
Yep, it is.
And a lot of crunching over.
Crunching
that's
over,
even harder
up and
on
down, walking, crunched over, trying to tow the camera. So we had the guide with shooting sticks, a shooter, and then a guide with a camera and a camera stand and some other shooting sticks. And I mean, it was rough.
It's work, isn't it?
Before we went out there to Texas turkey hunt, Anthony told me, he said, you need to get in shape. Well, I'm gonna tell you, going out there to Texas and turkey hunting is a cakewalk compared to what we did. Nothing.
Getting out to them prongs.
I was wore smooth out.
Well, guys, let's go on over and do this week's product of the week. This week's product of the week has been sponsored by our friends at Caney Fork Outdoors. Y'all can find them at cfoutdoors.com, or you can get off of the I-40 exit there at the Center Hill Dam, go to the bottom of the hill, make a right. You'll find them at the Big Right Market, and it just so happens this coming Saturday, guys, they're having their big fall blowout sale, and they will be selling all kinds of kayaks at very discounted rates. So y'all want to get in touch with them. Again, that's going to be at the River Store coming up here, their fall special event. So check that out if you're wanting to get one. This is the time of year to get it. All right, I want to show this bait I've got here tonight. I figure I better bring this to Night Rider because it's going to get tied on in the morning. I better share it while I can. I just mentioned topwater fish right now, man, and it's not really the time of year you think as much about a frog, but the other morning I had a real good morning with a frog until I ended up losing it. Had to stop and get a couple more. But this right here is one of my favorite ones to use. This is from H2O Express. I get these at Academy. I'm sure you can get them online. But what I like about it, this is a little hollow body tiny toad. But this, again, this this is the tiny toad. This is a lot smaller frame frog, and especially this time of year, I seem to get more bites with the smaller one than I do the bigger one. So this, again, this is the bullfrog color. Great topwater bait to be using right now, and it is a great time to be fishing topwater, period. So anything you can get that's going to stay up there, that's what you probably need to be using right now. Guys, we're going to get ready to take another quick break, and we'll be right back in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.